Hello, this is the Agnostic Addict, and I am enjoying just a little bit of patio time before dinner arrives. And tonight I wanted to talk about one of the worksheets that I provide on my resources page. Today's reading actually inspired me to talk about it. It's out of my meditation book that I also mention on the resources page, and it's called Beyond Belief: Agnostic Musings for 12-Step Life. It talks about the power of denial and how addiction works over time in order to keep us blinded and continuing to use. But when we do hit that bottom and we decide, or we acknowledge that we finally know that we are not all-powerful and that we are not in control and that lives are unmanageable, then we can start working. And one of those tools that is so important is the Circles Worksheet. So how that works is, in the very center, I put my addiction, or what it is that I worship, that I think I can't live without, that has power over me. Whatever that may be, whether it's pornography, anonymous sex, or heroin, or alcohol, or shopping, you name it. So that goes in the very center. Then working your way out, that middle area are the activities that could lead you on that very, very slippery slope back into the middle, or the center, the circle rather, into your addiction. And these are things that should be raising flags for you. So if you're an alcoholic and you keep on passing by your favorite bar on the way home from work, to and from work, then that might be a sign to pay attention to. And you might want to consider changing your route. If you're a shopaholic, then staying away from malls or stores and adhering to a budget. And when you're lying about a purchase or hiding things, then those are flags that you could be falling back into that center. And then finally, the outer circle are all the good things that you could be doing. And I actually built this Circles Worksheet myself from a simple one that has no categories in the outer area. I wanted to break it down into the 4 components that I talk about on the homepage of my website. And then there's 3 subcategories under each of those. To me, that represents living out a fully balanced life. And so what I tried to do was have at least a minimum of 2, preferably 3, activities per each of those areas of my life in order to live a balanced life, to stay clean and sober, to make the right choices, and to really be a guide. I completed it and ended up taking a photo of it to have on my phone, so it's always available when I carry it with me and I might be struggling or trying to figure out what do I do, or I have free time. Those are free time for me is if I have excessive free time, it becomes dangerous. That's a middle circle area for me to raise a red flag. So if I have too much free time, I look at one of the activities and pick one. There's always something to do. We just have to do it. We have to make the commitment to do it. And sometimes we, as an addict, may try to play both sides of the fence, so to speak. Rationalizing, of course, half measures, some good terms for that. We may think, okay, well, we'll do a little bit of the acting out, and then a little bit of the good stuff, and I can find a balance there. And the truth is, there is no balance when it comes to addiction, and continuing to use in any way, shape, or form is just going to lead to death or the complete meltdown of your life. So that's my short and simple sharing tonight. Circles are very important. They're one of the very first tools that I filled out. And it evolves. I add to it as I went through that first year of recovery, and I still add to it, especially the new activities that I find for my other circle. Because as I opened my life up to living beyond addiction, there are just so many things to do, and so many options that sometimes it's even overwhelming that I have so much to choose from. And that's a good thing. That's such a good thing to have those options. So I encourage you to download that PDF, print it out. It's a simple black and white flyer, 8.5 by 11, and start trying to fill it in your own ideas and concepts. Even if you may still be in denial, just give it a try. Again, I don't mean for this to sound like I'm giving advice. It's just a recommendation and a tool, and possibly a way that might open eyes and open the mind to possibilities and ideas. So that's what I've got tonight, and thank you for listening. Have a great evening yourself. This is the Agnostic Addict.